last but not least, we have 4 more participants and presenters for the Community Support Services. And first up is Sarah Gaither with the Big Sky Community Food Bank, a nonprofit that was established in 2012, governed by a board of 9 directors. The Big Sky Community Food Bank has been serving Big Sky since 2012 as a collaboration between the HRDC and Big Sky community members. By providing free food and social services access, the Big Sky Food Bank enhances the food security, health, and dignity of the Big Sky workforce.
Thanks for hanging in there, everyone. I chose to frame this presentation around the 3 questions I'm always asked when I talk about the food bank. The first question, does Big Sky really need a food bank? The second question, who uses the food bank? And the third question, how can I help? So 1, does Big Sky need a food bank? We serve 700 individuals every year. In 2020, it was 686 people. So yes, we do need a food bank. The food bank started as a collaboration between community members. Lynn Anderson of the Country Market used to give out credit for people in the off seasons, and it became clear that they weren't able to pay their tabs once they got working again. So it's unsustainable. So she came to HRDC and asked to start this food bank. She collaborated with HRDC because that's the group in Bozeman who does really all of the social services. They do Head Start, they do the Streamline, they do all of the food banks. So it's a good partnership. The group that got together here in Big Sky renovated our space underneath Bugaboo and hired me in 2013 as a part-time, the first part-time worker. Our model is simple. Anybody can use the food bank. You don't have to qualify or show any documentation. If you feel like you're in a food emergency, you can come to us for help. We let people do their own shopping, like a grocery store, and we offer additional help with wraparound services that I'll talk about later. We source about half of our food from Big Sky. That's through the grocery stores, food rescue programs, the bakery, as well as the vacation rentals. People drop off their food when they're done with their vacation. The rest of our food we purchase from the Montana Food Bank Network, and that funding comes from the community foundations, resort tax, and individual donors. I guess what I want to reiterate here is that we have or can access plenty of food. We're operating with an abundance of resources here in Big Sky, and community members shouldn't feel like they're taking away from somebody else if they come to us for help. So question 2, who uses the food bank? All kinds of people. Something to know is that most people who come to the food bank only come once or twice a year. Mostly these services are in the off season when people are having fewer hours at work, or when they've just moved to town before work starts. Other times of the year, they might have had some kind of emergency, like a torn ACL or a flat tire, and they can't make their paychecks meet through the end of the month. When I first started at the food bank, there were 2 main buckets of people that we would serve: the people who were working in the service industry, helping tourists, and people who were working in the community, like at the grocery stores. And about 90% when I started were working in the tourist industry. Today, since COVID, it's about 3 buckets. 1/3 of my customers work in the service industry, 1/3 work in community, more community oriented, and about 1/3 is in the construction industry. One of the main takeaways here, I guess, is that all of my customers are working. It's not like I'm serving people who are jobless here in Big Sky. In many cases, wages have not kept up with the cost of living, as we know. So 3, how can I help? We at the food bank are really shifting the framework to encourage customers to utilize our services before they're in an emergency. use our resources as a strategy to make the household budget go a little bit farther. We're very happy to receive grant funding to expand the services, to add computer lab, makerspace, washer and dryer. We're doing expanded partnerships with other organizations like Women in Action, and we're really excited to be offering, extending a little bit more stability to the workforce of Big Sky. People do weird things when they feel insecure. There are a lot of research projects out there that have found that people living in scarcity make poor financial decisions. And so what we're doing is just extending that little bit to make people feel a little bit better, make better decisions. And that's how you can help, is if you're able, extend a little bit of security to the people around you. Volunteer at the food bank, donate to the nonprofits in Big Sky, and there we go.
Next up, we've got Danny Kabish with the Big Sky Community Library, a nonprofit that is governed by a board of 10 directors. Since October 2000, the Big Sky Community Library has been serving locals and visitors to the area. The Big Sky Community Library's goal is to welcome all people in pursuit of their freedom to read, learn, and discover.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Danny Kabish, and I am the new director of the library as of July of this year. So I wanted to start off with a general overview of who is using our library. We currently have 2,656 community members with library cards. We have close to 30,000 circulation items that are available. This includes books, DVDs, audiobooks, and magazines. And we, on average, have about 50 attendees to our programs. That includes their summer reading programs, or an upcoming program we have right now is One Book Big Sky, where we have author Mark Sullivan. He's pictured there. Coming so we can discuss his latest book, The Last Green Valley. So come on out, pick up a book, and join us, please. Programs and resources. That's the next. We have all sorts of resources for our community for free that we offer to people. The first one that I want to talk about is our Books for Babies program. Parents are presented with a Books for Babies kit that contain a board book, has Baby's First Library card, a onesie, and variety of brochures with reading tips and early lit information for parents. We also offer 1,000 books before kindergarten. We're hoping to work with Morningstar Learning Center a little bit more with that. And it's, again, parents receive resources for read aloud strategies and incentives. And after every 100 books that are read aloud, the kids get a prize. And after 1,000 books, they get a party. So that's pretty fun. We continue to offer story time every Monday at 10:30 in the library. This is for toddlers and preschoolers. We have a special theme each week. We have toys and snacks and crafts that the kids participate in, and it's a great way for parents to meet other parents as well. We continue to offer summer reading programs for the kids. Teens and adults. This year's program theme was Tales and Tales. We hosted events such as Magician, Jake's Horses came to teach us about horsemanship, the Raptor Center, Lucy the Avalanche Dog was a lot of fun. Food for the Brain. We work with the food bank. Annually, we team up with our local food bank by providing gift bags with free books for community members. We're hoping to continue with that process and trying to maybe make a little library there for them as well. We provide access to free wireless computers, and we also have printers available for use. We have several online databases in collaboration with the school. We have a total of 11 total research aids available, primarily the Gale databases, where we offer biography database, opposing viewpoints, science research, global issues. In addition to our Gale database, we offer World Book Online and a music online program. The community can also gain free access to our subscription to the New York Times. That's a really popular item that we offer our community. Rosetta Stone, this service comes with 30 languages to choose from. Overdrive is how you access our best-selling and classic ebooks and audiobooks through your digital devices. So you just need to go online and download Overdrive. Canopy is a free site that showcases over 30,000 different movies, films, kids. We have Canopy for Kids, which offers PBS programs, Story Hour, Highlight Magazine. It's really great. We're really excited. We just added News Bank because the New York Times was so popular. This is a wide variety of vetted news sources spanning the U.S. It's over 30,000 newspapers that are available to you for free. This includes the Bozeman Chronicle, which, as you know, you have to subscribe to now if you want to access that online. So we have access to that here. Oh my gosh, I only have 30 seconds. Okay, Flipster. That's where you download magazines. I'm going to move on to the next. Finally, there are ways to help in the library. We are so thankful for 21 years of service to our community. You can donate books, you can donate audiobooks, DVDs. We will be happy to add them to our collection, or we will donate them. Join, become a member, memorialize. You can buy a shelf and dedicate it to
Keep going.
to a friend or someone you want to honor. And then again, you can just volunteer. You don't have to be an FLL member to come in and help us out. Thank you. And thanks, Reserve Tax.
Thanks, Amy, for all doing whatever you're doing to make Big Sky better together. Next up, we have Ryan Wilson with the Big Sky Rotary Club, a nonprofit which was established in 1994 and is governed by a board of 8 directors. Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see a world where people unite, take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. The Big Sky Club has brought this vision to our community for over 15 years by taking action on some of our most pressing issues. Turn it over to Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have 8 board members, as he stated. We also have 26 volunteers, women and men of all ages and different professions around Big Sky and different outlooks and how long they've lived in Big Sky. So we're very fortunate in that. One thing I wanted to point out is that kind of unlike any other organization we've seen today is that we're actually part of a much larger organization, Rotary International across the world. There's actually 35,000 clubs, 1.2 million members. So we're connected to a very large network. And that has a lot of benefits for us here in our community as well. Some of the things that specifically Rotary International supports are listed up there, and some of the ways we tie ourselves to that is a couple examples would be the Searings Fund and our support over in Nepal. We do that regularly. Our schoolhouse project that we did in Nicaragua a few years back. And then past couple of years, our water and literacy projects in Guatemala. So we really are able to reach a little bit further than just Big Sky. And with that, we're fortunate enough that with our local club, we're able to kind of tailor that to what our local community needs and how that cycle kind of evolves year over year. You can see we just a couple things we kind of do every year. Our local education scholarships, we gave $6,500 away to our local students this year. One of our big ones that's coming up that you guys have all probably seen is the Giving Tree. We do that every year and give to a lot of great kids and gifts. That's been a really great program for us. Cycle of the Rotary Youth Leadership Program camps and our connection with the Interact school programs there to try to bring up kids in leadership roles. And then we also do a lot of partnering with Gallatin River Task Force, BSCO, Habitat for Humanity. We basically reach out to everybody else that you guys have already seen here tonight. Some of the most And actually, I should comment on a couple of our major things that you guys would also know us for, but our solar call boxes, emergency call boxes in the canyon, everybody loved that project. Town center playground that you guys all walked by to get in here, and then our recycling efforts every year at Music in the Mountains. So we really try to get out there to every kind of piece of the community. Just what we've been up to the past 2 months, just tried to highlight our most recent things. We worked over in the park again this year with BSCO, staining the dugouts for the park, and we also kind of brought that on with more staining at the tennis court decks. So a lot of volunteer hours went into that. We started a new program partnering with OFER and back to school supplies for both the school and kids that needed them. That was a pretty exciting event for us this year, and hopefully we can expand on that. And then the most recently we just did last week was vision screening at the West Yellowstone School, so trying to reach out a little bit further to the West Yellowstone community. And it's been 13 years since they've done a regular vision screening for their students there, and we were able to see almost half of the students in one visit, so looking to get back there to help finish that up. If you guys do want to know a little bit more about us, you can search for us, and it'll pop up on Facebook, or we have a local website, so just look for Big Sky Rotary Club. You'll get either of those links, and look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you.
Last but not least is Jean Baer with Women in Action, a nonprofit established in 2005, governed by a board of 9 directors. Women in Action was founded in 2005 to address the concerns of children and families missing out on opportunities for quality education and health and human services. WIA has grown with the Big Sky community by working with our partners to address resource gaps and provide programming opportunities. Jean, kick us off.
Thanks, Danny. And honestly, thank all of you who are still here right now. This was a long haul, but it's been really wonderful, so you should give yourselves a round of applause as well. As Danny mentioned, we have been around since 2005, and it was a group of local women who came together and noticed as our community grew, we needed to connect folks with the resources that they need in education and health and human services. And so since that time, we've been a grassroots organization coming together to really use these values to guide what we do. We have evolved a lot over the years because our mission leaves us open to be nimble and to be responsive to the community. Thanks. These are the 3 buckets that we are most focused on right now. The Youth Scholarship Program began in 2007 to help the kids of Big Sky's working families afford the enrichment activities that promote healthy behaviors and offer safe and rewarding after-school and summer break spaces. WIA awards scholarships to Big Sky kids now aged 6 months to 18 years, and scholarships amounts are based on demonstrated financial need of the families. And last year, we awarded 44 scholarships to Big Sky kids. Our second bucket is behavioral health, and that is an area that we've been working on since 2009. We have partnered with behavioral health practitioners from across the Gallatin Valley, and now Madison County, our newest practitioner, to offer in-person and virtual substance use disorder and mental health counseling for kids, youth, individuals, and families. So WIA provides the office space, the marketing, the community outreach, and a sliding fee scale for eligible clients. Our counseling services are provided in our offices, which are above Grizzly on the River, and you can reach out to the individual practitioners if you or someone you know is in need of some support, and all of those folks are listed on our website. And then our last bucket is our community enrichment and education. Since our founding, WIA has partnered with local nonprofits to offer both enriching and educational programming for kids, youth, and adults. Highlights from the past few years include supporting ELL and music education at the school, sponsoring Noticias Montaña, which is Big Sky's first Spanish language resource, And a few years ago, we also offered a free pediatric CPR class, which we will be doing again once the fire department gives us the go-ahead. We are always welcome to new partnership opportunities for being responsive to needs that you see in the community. So if you ever have an idea for a great program that you'd like to see here, please go ahead and reach out. And that's all I've got. Good job, guys.
Thanks, Dean, for all that you do to make